Here we go!
We're feeling very gay because it's almost time to play. Grab your favorite chair with the Lucky Pierres. Yeah!
All right, guys, welcome back to the Lucky Pierres. Tonight we got a brand new movie review for you. It's a fourth installment in a series, and it is The Matrix Resurrections.
Keanu.
All right, guys, Matrix Resurrections. We've been waiting for this one for a while. They announced it probably about a year and a half ago or so, and what'd you guys think?
Did not live up to my expectations.
No, it did not for me either. I actually didn't have that high expectations because I don't know. I actually wasn't that big a fan of the third one. I think it got very convoluted during the third one, and this one even more so. So, in a nutshell, though, this one is very convoluted. I thought. I'm just too dumb to keep up, I guess, or something.
I don't really know what they were going for. They just tried for straight nostalgia, like, in my opinion.
Well, from what I heard, because I feel like the beginning of the movie is much worse, and then once it gets into it, it's much better. Like later on in the movie, I feel like it's a good movie.
Yeah.
But from what I've read, people said, what's her name? Lana? Wachowski?
Yeah.
That she did that on purpose. Like the first 20, 30 minutes was her basically saying like, fuck you, Warner Brothers. Like, because she said the Matrixes were done. Warner Brothers said, you have to make another Matrix movie or we're not letting you make anything else ever again. And she was like, okay, fuck you, Warner Brothers. Like, I have other stuff waiting to be made, but you're making me make this movie. So I'm going to make some of it be shit.
Yeah, it was very meta the first 35, 40 minutes. It was very just like...
My first thing was I said, Homeboy's headgear looks like a Dragon Ball Z power scanner. Like when he has the computer headset on with this eyepiece.
It does.
I mean, if that's what she did, it doesn't really... That's terrible for those actors that were in... That was the first Matrix to be in. They're just like, oh, but this is being directed terribly on purpose.
But I feel like that made me not be as harsh reviewing it. If that is the case, I kind of think that's funny.
I mean, it's hard to believe, but... anything's possible.
Because they told her basically, because she's like, they wouldn't let her start a new intellectual property unless she made a new Matrix movie.
Right.
So and I think she has a contract with Warner, so she had to do this Matrix movie before they let her make anything else.
Yeah, so that makes sense.
Chill.
That does make sense, but it's just a wrong way to conduct business, you know?
I wrote, are these movies made just to let computer nerds role play that they're also good at fighting? Because literally the whole first part of the movie, it's and then you think back, I get it, hackers, computer, whatever, most of them are not physically animals like they are in these movies. So are these movies just made to make computer kids be wow, I could do that too. I could kick somebody's ass.
It might give them some confidence or something.
Then I wrote, is this a video game inside of a video game in his head in real life that is actually a simulation? Is that the basis of the movie right now?
At one point it was, wasn't it? At one point it was.
Because they're oh yeah, the Matrix was never a thing. You just went crazy and then made a good video game. Yeah, and then he convinced himself oh yeah, I just made a video game and I'm crazy. It's no big deal.
Exactly. I don't know what they were going for, or what I even wanted them to go for in the fourth one, but this is not what I was hoping for.
No, same.
The characters that were so iconic, like Morpheus and Agent Smith, they were just garbage actors in this one. They were annoying.
Well, her family and her life sucked.
Yeah, it did.
They were all
Trinity.
They were awful. Yeah.
Yep.
Agent Smith is so iconic in the Matrix movies. In this one, he's just a tool.
He is, yeah.
I put
very forgettable.
The therapist is always in on it. In a movie, when there's a twist, whenever there's a therapist, they're in on it. Always.
Yeah, MPH was cool.
And he was good in it.
That's I love those two. No, so that was okay. I love Keanu. I love MPH.
Yeah, for sure.
Then they give everybody this pill, but then they always say you don't really have a choice. So then why do you keep giving people the fucking pill? When she did it with Morpheus, she's like, yeah, you don't even have a choice. You already know what choice you're going to make. Then why even fucking give them the choice? Just say, here, take the red pill and get on with it.
Or they just make the other one sound like pure shit.
Yeah.
You can be free.
They don't give you a choice.
Or you can take this one.
Yeah.
I don't know. I thought some of the characters were weird. Like, I mean, why did Trinity sit down with him, talk to this man when she's married with kids? You know, I just because she remembered.
Yeah.
She just had a feeling.
It was in the back of her head. And then
what if that feeling was wrong?
The action, the action and the effects were good, but what made the old Matrixes like stand out and be like mind blowing is that the action, the effects, everything was so ahead of its time. But now, like, everything's caught up to that. And, like, none of the effects in this were, like, mind-blowing because, like, every movie has those effects.
Yeah, the action lost a step. The actors lost a step. Everything
just felt off to me.
The robot...
Like, the actors didn't care. Honestly, they were just, like, here for a paycheck.
No,
like,
honestly,
like,
I felt that.
Matrix,
I felt
like,
that, too.
The
it's
robot...
watered down.
I thought the robot bugs were, like, cool, but they did not fit... in the movie or in the Matrix. Like, they looked cartoony almost.
It's okay,
Yeah,
stop it.
But then everything
Calm
else
down.
didn't. Like, those nanobot things was badass.
I agree. Yeah.
But the bugs were like, it was like, okay, that's kind of cool, but it almost looks like a Disney action movie.
Yeah. They made, like, Jada Pinkett, like,
And then,
the biggest turd ever.
Yeah,
Like,
well, then,
she's growing strawberries now, not like a
but then,
awesome general.
I was like,
Yeah.
what's with the drunken pirate bit? Like, the villain was an over-the-top drunken pirate out of nowhere. You know what I mean? Like, when they had, like, the showdown of, like, multiple people fighting in, like, that warehouse, and that guy was just like, "Argh," like a drunken...
Well, that's a dude from the last old Matrix. Like, the rich French dude.
Yeah,
Remember
but
that guy?
But I feel like...
vaguely.
In
It's
this
like
movie,
your girl's dude.
But in this movie, I felt like they really amped up, like, the drunken pirate. Like, he was much more like, ah.
Yeah, he had a vendetta.
And, like, looked like a hobo.
I like that they brought him back, because, like, people probably don't remember him. Like, you guys probably didn't remember him, but
And then,
he made
like,
that piece of cake for that chick, and she, like, got off on it when she ate it, because he was, like, a coder, remember?
Oh yeah.
In the restaurant?
Yep. I
It
do
was that
remember
guy.
now.
like, it's good to see, like, the enemies respected Keanu Reeves' like character, Neo or whatever. And then I feel like some of the back and forth between him and Smith was good, but that was like the only good parts of Smith was like went like later on, because he has a good line. He's like, anybody could have been you, but I've always been anyone.
Yeah, that's a good line.
But then I just wrote, saw that coming, but I love NPH and Keanu Reeves, because like all those twists with like Neil Patrick Harris and Trinity, like all of that was so easy to predict. Like there's no chance like Neil Patrick Harris wasn't in on it.
Right.
There's no chance Trinity was just going to turn her back or the movie would have been over.
Right.
And then like they try to explain everything to death in the movie without ever actually explaining. Like the whole time people are trying to explain things to each other, but they never actually explain anything.
Like, they're trying
That's
to
true.
be too smart for their own good. Like,
And then
I just hated the direction they took with it. I don't know.
Yeah, then I was like,
Silly.
I was also predictable about like the Trinity part, but then I was like, the frenemies part was a little less predictable, like where Smith started helping them for a bit.
Against Neil.
Yeah. And then I wrote another movie where we watched where it's all for the pussy. Like Neo's just doing everything just for Trinity.
Which she's can fly now. She's the one,
Yeah.
basically. Another the one.
And then I put he sure didn't fly. Damn. Like when that dude just jumps out the window and then everybody starts jumping out the window. Like they were just killing like the extra non-playable characters.
Yeah.
Like they were just bombing out the windows.
Yep.
But the first one I was like, damn, he didn't fly.
No, he did not.
And then the old jaw reappear trick. Like when she kicks his jaw off his face, Neil Patrick Harris, and then he just goes, he's like, and then like just shakes and his whole jaw's back. And then I was like, damn, Neil Patrick Harris is getting fucked up.
He does.
She just was like beating him up over and over because he healed.
Yep.
But then their speech was so cheesy.
Yeah, it suffered from having prior movies that were so good that
Well, like
I really loved.
Yeah. Well, then because they did all that, like the back and forth with Neil Patrick Harris, and then like she beat him up, and then like she gave this cheesy ass speech.
Yeah,
And then they fly away.
Yeah. It was pretty weak on all accounts.
I
Yeah.
didn't dislike it as much because Ben was like, "Have you watched it yet?" And I go, and he's like, "I won't tell you anything." I go, "You didn't like it, did you?" He's, not at all.
All right, let's get to ratings, huh? What did you guys give the new Matrix, the Matrix Resurrections?
I gave it a 5.5.
Shaw?
6.
I gave it a 5.
Harsh.
Did not care for it at all. It was just a rehash of characters, ideas, situations.
Just give you nothing new to care about.
No. Visually pleasing, sure, at times, I guess, but
Seen it all before.
all surface, kind of. It wasn't no substance for me. Nothing stuck with me throughout the whole movie, really. Final verdict, what do you guys think? See it ASAP, watch it whenever, or skip it?
Just skip it. Don't pretend like it doesn't exist.
See it whenever.
See it whenever? I'd say skip it.
Because I feel like some people are going to enjoy it. I already know people fucking rave about it, so. I feel like most of the time I'm in the minority on ratings, so.
All right, movie quote time, guys. Joe's got a movie quote for us. What do you got, Joe?
Okay, if you guys don't get this, I'm gonna be upset. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying right now.
I feel like whenever you lead with that, we're not going to get it.
You will. Okay, it's two different characters. Ready? What country are you from? What? What ain't no country I ever heard of? They speak English and what?
I'm not going to get it.
He says what? It's English, motherfucker. Do you speak it?
Oh, Rush Hour. Or it's one of the movies with Chris Tucker and Jackie Chan.
No, it's not.
It's not?
No.
I have not guessed yet.
I don't know.
Come on, man.
Hold on. Give me 1 second. Does sound like Chris Tucker.
No, it's in your head, so it's gonna mess you up. It is a black gentleman. I can give you that.
Is it Major Payne?
It's never been further from.
I'm gonna say Pulp Fiction.
Yes.
Okay.
What country you from? What ain't no country I ever heard of? They speak English and what? What? English, motherfucker! Do you speak it? Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Samuel L. Yeah.
To be
Okay.
fair, I've only seen that movie all the way through probably once.
Oh, it's shameful.
Okay.
My dad loves it so much that I can't handle how much he talks. Okay, here's a funny anecdote if you want about that. So you know how older people on Facebook will comment on like those stupid posts that are like your favorite fruit, or like old people love to comment on those because they think like everything is directed at them. Like, oh, these people need my answer. My dad's all over those posts. And it was like, name a single quote from a movie that anyone would guess the movie. And my dad said something from Pulp Fiction was like something Negro in the quote. And I was like, Dad, you cannot post that on Facebook. You can't just post you saying Negro on Facebook. And he goes, I said it's from a movie. I go, that doesn't matter. Like, you can't just post like, what up Negro on Facebook. And he goes,
I was gonna do the hard R quote from Pulp Fiction, but I figured you guys would not be okay with that.
But yeah,
even though it's a quote.
I could have bleeped it.
It's a quote.
but yeah, my dad just posting quotes from Pulp Fiction on Facebook often.
All right, guys, that's our review for The Matrix Resurrections. And we'll see you very soon. We love you. Thanks for watching.